The event will begin shortly. Please turn on your cameras so that we can see all the great people who are attending today. Also, please mute your microphones and please keep your microphones muted throughout the whole event so that everyone can have a great experience here. Also, when the speakers are allowed to speak, then only you may unmute your microphone. We will start with the national anthems of India, Norway, and Korea. Many participants from various countries and sectors have attended today. Please understand that due to the time constraint, not everyone can be introduced. Thank you so much for your understanding.
The office bearers of the Mahatma M.K. Gandhi Foundation for Nonviolent Peace, Dr. Hong Kim, Swaraj Paul, Dr. Elaine Waldorf, Dr. Professor Ryan E. Reeves, Mr. Prasanta Acharya, Mr. Ravindra Pandrong Kamat, Dr. Prasansa Patani, Dr. Swaroop Ranjan Mishra, Mr. Nagendra Kumar Pradhan, Mr. Braja Shankar Nayak, Mr. Amarjeet Singh Kaurar, Professor Lalit Agarwal, Dr. Jyoti Mahapatra, Mr. Suresh Adhupia, Mr. Madhusudan Doria, Mr. Rupa Ram, Mr. Nathu Singh Gurjar, Mr. Sushil Vakil, Mr. S.N. Gautam, Mr. Sanjay Agarwal, Mr. Vijay Watia, Professor Pradeep Sen, Mr. Bhupender Singh, Mr. Jagannath Das, Mr. Pramod Chandra Das, Mr. Manas Das, Dr. Professor Surendra Mishra, Mr. Utpal Mohanty, Ms. Vijaya Lakshmi Das, Mr. Manish Harshvardhan Mahapatra, Ms. Meghna Meena Swami Mahapatra, Dr. Chandan Raut, Mr. Surendra Das, Mr. Loknath Prasad Das. The Foundation's Board of Governors: Dr. Vallabhbhai Kathiria, Bhubaneswar Kalita, Chandra Shekhar Sahu, Bhagirath Chaudhary, Brownes Shrila Flather, Manoj Tiwari, Peter Smith, Pratap Sarangi, Surjya Narayan Patro, Kharabela Swan, Sarat Kar, Prafulla Samal, Lalit Man Singh, Subhash Maharya, Braja Tripathi, Hari Mohan Sharma, Abasar Beuria, Padmashri Devi Prasansa Patnayak, Dr. Damodra Raut, Mr. G.C. Pant, Mr. Kedar Singh Rawat, Srimati Salirani Rawat, Mr. Ananta Das, Raghunath Mohanty, Mr. Swaroop Kumar Das, Mr. Parushuma Dhara, Mr. Sukanta Nayak, Sudhanshu Shekhar Parida, Mr. Ashwini Kumar Patra, Mr. Nityanda Sahu, Professor Deepshikha Kalera. And from the Foundation's Executive Committee, Chairman Ambassador Abasara Beuria, from HWPL, notably Mr. Yongju Yu, Ms. Chloe Choi, Mr. Hoi Hyong Jong, Mr. John Romel Gracias have participated, and special guests Commissioner Ronald L. Adamant, Venerable Ashin Hatwara, Mr. So Dura Tun, Mr. La Khan.
Today's event is made up of two parts. In part 1, there will be seminar on world peace, and in part 2, there will be an award ceremony which will be held. But before we start the actual event, Dr. Jyoti Mahapatra, the Secretary General of today's host, the Mahatma M.K. Gandhi Foundation of Nonviolent Peace, will give a welcoming speech. So let us all welcome.
To my friends from Philippines, Mabuhay, from Norway, Tak, from Korea, Aneng Haseo, from India, Namaste, and those distinguished people who are seeing it from all over the world, hello. Today is a historic occasion. We have all come forward to this seminar, World Seminar on World Peace. Why I must say it is historic? Because it is the need of the hour. Peace is inevitable. We have to spread this peace throughout this world. Otherwise the world is going to the rocks. From time immemorial, since the evolution of the human race, man has gone for peace, searched for peace, but peace he couldn't find. Over thousands of years, wars has been fought, people slaughtered and killed, small children becoming orphans, and now a time has come, an appropriate time has come, where we, the citizens of this world, should come forward and put our hands together and fight for peace. Mahatma M.K. Gandhi Foundation for Nonviolent Peace was established in the year 1989 by two distinguished souls, Dr. S.S. Mohapatra, Member of Parliament, Government of India, and Dr. Professor Amalendu Guha, Member of Parliament, Norway, and noted economist. Since then, Mahatma M.K. Gandhi Foundation has been joined by presidents, prime ministers of both India and Norway and England. And many distinguished people have come forward to strengthen our hands to work for peace. The foundation organizes symposiums, seminars, conferences throughout this world to propagate peace, solidarity, brotherhood, and love between the countries and love between the people. It has also established a very prestigious Mahatma M.K. Gandhi Prize for Non-Violent Peace, which is given to those eminent personalities who have worked for peace throughout their life. Peace through all the means of their profession, like education, culture, social service, and other things. And to name a few laureates who have got this prestigious award are Jimmy Carter, President of America, Nelson Mandela, President of South Africa, Margaret Thatcher, Prime Minister of England, Joseph Werner Reed, Under Secretary General of the United Nations, Boutros Ghali, Secretary General of the United Nations, Mr. Man Hee Lee, the Apostle of Peace of South Korea, and many others. Peace is more precious than triumph. Here I must tell about a gentleman who is none other than Man Hee Lee, the Apostle of Peace from South Korea, a man who has gone to 86 countries to propagate peace, culture, brotherhood, and love. He has met presidents, he has met prime ministers, he has met Supreme Court judges of different countries who have given their support for DPCW, Declaration of Peace and Cessation of War. And very soon, ladies and gentlemen, we all believe with all our efforts, DPCW will be adopted by the United Nations and we will then have real peace. He has also made peace education in 86 countries. He has developed universities, colleges, schools, kindergarten schools where peace is taught to students, so that from the very beginning, peace is installed in them. Ladies and gentlemen, I might not elaborate more, and I end by saying, we are one.
Thank you, Dr. Jyoti, for your graceful presence and a wonderful welcoming speech. We are deeply honored to invite the Messenger of Peace now. The Chairman of HWPL, Mr. Man Hee Lee, will give a congratulatory speech now. Let us all welcome him.
내외 기빈 여러분 안녕하십니까? 하늘문화 세계 평화 강복의 대표 이만희입니다. 오늘 뜻깊은 평화상을 수여하고 세계 평화에 대한 이야기를 나눌 수 있는 장을 마련해 주신 마하트마 간디 비폭력 평화 재단의 축하의 말씀을 전합니다. 마하트마 간디 비폭력 평화 재단은 인도의 아버지라고 불리는 마하트마 간디의 숭고한 평화의 정신을 기념하며 세계 여러 분야에서 인류의 평화에 이바지한 분들에게 그 상을 수요해 왔다고 들었습니다. 참 귀한 일을 하고 계십니다. 평화는 지구촌의 생명 가진 모든 이들이 누려야 할 권리이자 모두가 이루고 지켜야 할 최고의 가치입니다. 세상의 모든 생명들이 평화로운 세상에서 사랑하며 사는 것이야말로 하나님의 진정한 뜻입니다. 그러나 지금 이 순간에도 지구촌 곳곳에서 분쟁과 전쟁으로 인해 귀한 생명들이 사라지고 있습니다. 꽃같은 청년들이 의미 없이 목숨을 잃고 그 가족들은 피눈물을 흘리고 있습니다. 이제 전쟁은 그만해야 합니다. 이제 의미 없는 싸움은 그만해야 합니다. 특별히 오늘 이 자리에 모인 분들은 누구보다도 세계의 평화를 원하고 평화를 위해 각 분야에서 노력하고 계신 분들입니다. 여러분들의 노력과 오늘 나누는 평화에 대한 이야기가 진정한 평화 문화 정착으로 이어지기를 간절히 바랍니다. 특별히 오늘 마하타마 간디 비폭력 평화상을 수상하시는 분들은 하세관과 평화와 활동을 적극적으로 함께 해 주신 분들입니다. 평화를 사랑하는 그 마음과 누구의 감사를 드립니다. 아다마님, 아시님 축하드립니다. 항상 하세광을 든든히 지지해 주시고 오늘의 자리를 주재한 마하타마 간디 비폭력 평화 재단에 감사를 전합니다. 평화를 위해 외칩니다. 우리는 하나입니다. 위와 원.
Thank you. Next, let us listen to the congratulatory message from the Philippines. We have former Senator of the Senate of the Philippines, coming from the Honorable Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr.
I would like to send a message of congratulations to Commissioner Dr. Ronald Adamat for his having received the Mahatma Gandhi Nonviolent Peace Award. This is a significant recognition of a lifetime of work, and we bring to the Philippines more pride and more glory from all that you have done. Well done, congratulations, and thank you for making Filipinos proud once more for one of us and your achievement.
Thank you so much, sir. Next, Honorable Sara Dutre, the Mayor of Davao City, will speak.
Mabuhay at madayaw. Magandang araw sa inyong lahat. I would like to congratulate Dr. Roland L. Adamat, one of our commissioners for the Commission on Higher Education, for being a recipient of the 2020 Mahatma M.K. Gandhi Prize for Nonviolent Peace. We commend Dr. Adamat for being the first Filipino to receive this award and for his tireless effort in propagating peace and service, seeking to incorporate peace education into the higher education curricula. It is our hope that his work inspires many others to be just as steadfast in spreading peace and hope across generations. Let us work together to create a better future for all. May this award further foster your vocation in educating young minds of peace building and creating prosperous communities. Again, congratulations at maraming salamat.
Thank you very much. Now, we will move ahead to Nepal. Ms. Kopila Kunwar, the leader of the Mahapod Party, Nepal, will give her congratulatory speech.
Namaste everyone. I'm Kopila Kumar, social activist and political leader from Nepal. I am pleased to be here with you all today. Firstly, I would like to congratulate SWPL for resuming the collaborative peace work with Mahatma Gandhi Foundation. As we know that Mahatma Gandhi Prize for Nonviolent Peace is one of the most respected awards around the world. I would like to congratulate all the winners today and to all those who participated, because you are also winner as well. Realization of the importance of peace and working to world making is itself a huge step for better and promising future together. I feel privileged to be part of this event and congratulate all of you. Huge congratulations to you all the winners. So pleased to see you all accomplishing great thing. Lots of love and support from Nepal. We are one for peace. Thank you.
Now, we will begin the World Peace Seminar. The Mahatma Gandhi Foundation for Nonviolent Peace and HWPL have been doing peace work throughout the years. Today, 3 speakers from each organization will speak about the topic of world peace. The speakers from the Mahatma Gandhi Foundation for Nonviolent Peace will speak first. But before, we will see a brief introduction video about the foundation. first speaker from Mahatma M.K. Gandhi Foundation for Nonviolent Peace is Mr. Prasanna Acharya, the chairman of the foundation and senior member of Parliament of the Government of India.
All respected distinguished guests of this occasion and ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I welcome all of you to this great occasion of award giving ceremony by the Mahatma M.K. Gandhi Foundation for Nonviolence Peace. As all of you know, this world organization was established in the year 1989 in Norway and India simultaneously. And this organization has been working for world peace since its inception. And in the past, many important dignitaries of different regions of the world has been awarded with this by this foundation. And I would like to name a few of them who got the special award of Mahatma Gandhi Prize for Nonviolent Peace. Among them are the former President of the United States of America, President Jimmy Carter, the great fighter for peace in the world, Nelson Mandela, the late Nelson Mandela, the former British Prime Minister, Mrs. Margaret Thatcher, and many other dignitaries of the world who for the entire of their life fought for peace and advocated for peace. As all of you know, this organization has been working since long for peace, tranquility, and basically basing on the principle of Mahatma Gandhi, late Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. As we know, peace doesn't require any proof. Peace doesn't require any argument in favor of it, because peace is not a question, but peace is answer in itself. When peace is questionable, humanity is in danger. And there are numerous examples which can be cited since the dawn of civilization. When we talk of world peace, we should remember the world doesn't belong to us only. We have inherited this world from our forefathers, and we have inherited a beautiful world, a peaceful world. And we have to hand over this peaceful and beautiful world to our posterity, to our next generation. So it is our foremost duty of the present generation to see that the world still continues to be beautiful and peaceful, so that we can hand over to our posterity, our future generation, a more beautiful world than we inherited from our forefathers. Therefore, peace is all the time very important. Mahatma Gandhi, as we know, always considered war, and he all the time he used to say that war is the creation of a minority of people, not majority of people. Only a minority of people, they create a war-like situation and they involve in war. If violence is our instinct, as some people used to say, that violence is the instinct of human being, I simply just don't agree. If violence is the tendency of human being, none of us would have survived to see a present world. We are civilized because we have been trying to minimize the cause of violence, but unfortunately, humanity is now engulfed with a dangerous atmosphere of war, and we have reached a stage of self-destruction through nuclear holocaust. Mahatma Gandhi was all this time an advocate of peace. And his answer to this question was, because, and as we know, during the Second World War, Mahatma Gandhi advised the British government not to go in war against Hitler, but to resort to satyagraha, which was the main guiding principle of non-violence. We know Gandhiji founded the principle of Satyagraha. It may sound unrealistic, but ample examples can be cited in support of the theory of Satyagraha. I can take you back to 2000 years before. Emperor Ashoka was there in India, a powerful king, and he conquered most of the Indian territory through his might, through his sword. But when he came to Kalinga, my own state, which is now called as Odisha, and he fought the war, thousands and thousands of people were killed. He conquered Kalinga, but ultimately he surrendered before peace. His heart was changed in Kalinga, and he embraced Buddhism, and the rest of his life he preached for Buddhism throughout the world. He preached peace and Gautama Buddha's theory of peace and salvation. That is the power, that is the strength of peace and non-violence. India's freedom fighter is a burning example of peace and non-violence. All of us know Gandhi, in the last stage of our freedom struggle, led our nation. And his principle of non-violence, Satyagraha, he never advocated to use arms against the mighty Britishers. And through non-violence and through the principle of peace, he could defeat the Britishers, almighty Britishers, and India got freedom. This is the strength of peace. This is the strength of non-violence. This is the power of Satyagraha, founded by Gandhiji, preached by Gandhiji. Lastly, I will quote one great saint poet from India. His name is Bhima Bhoi. And he said, Mo jibana pache narke parithao in Odia, Jagat, Mo jibana pache narke parithao, Jagata uddhara ho. That means, the saint said that let my life remain inglorious, but let the world achieve salvation. Hence, we live in a global village today. The old notion of sovereignty, frontiers, nationalities are being challenged by new economic and political forces, and peace is the one and only answer to all these challenges. I take the opportunity to congratulate the chairman HWPL Korea for his peace work throughout the world as a peace advocate. Lastly, for the reason we have assembled here to announce the award for the year 2020, and I am proud to announce the name of Dr. Ronald L. Adment, CHED Commissioner, Government of Philippines for Peace and Education, and the second awardee is Mr. Ashin Hawara from Myanmar for peace activities throughout the world. So with this, I now conclude my speech, and I once again welcome you all to this great occasion. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you for your precious words, Mr. Acharya. Next speaker for today is Professor Lalit Agarwal, a noted educationist of India and the International Vice President of the Foundation.
For an eye only ends up making the whole world blind, Mahatma Gandhi once said. Peace means freedom. Peace means a feeling of comfort. And peace means freedom from war and terror. These three words are enough to explain real peace which is necessary for the existence of the world. The absence of peace in any region of the world is responsible for the deaths of many people, which results in the ruination of that region. If any area is suffering from war or terror, then life there is badly affected in many ways. All activities like education, business, sports, etc. are suspended in a war-affected area. Peace is necessary for life, for living, and for happiness. It is the path we take for bringing growth and prosperity to society. If we do not have peace and harmony, achieving political strength, economic stability, and cultural growth will be impossible. Moreover, before we transmit the notion of peace to others, it is vital for us to possess peace within. It is not a certain individual's responsibility to maintain peace, but everyone's duty. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi was an eminent freedom activist and an influential political leader who played a dominant role in India's struggle for independence. Gandhiji is known by different names such as Mahatma, a great soul, Bapuji, endearment for father, and saint of Sabarmati, and above all, the father of the nation. Gandhiji, as he is most commonly referred to, was instrumental in liberating India from the clutches of the British Empire. With his unusual yet powerful political tools of satyagraha and non-violence, he inspired several and other political leaders all over the world, including the likes of Nelson Mandela, Martin Luther Jr., and Aung San Suu Kyi. In contemporary times, when humans are racing towards Mars and other planets, violence is once again challenging the world. Nations are getting confused, humanity is in sham, poverty, hunger, and malnutrition are killing people. So Gandhiji's ideas have become even more relevant for world peace. His message that non-violence is the only way through which any nation can achieve any goal, and that too without losing anything, needs to be adapted by one and all. The world has now realized and that only by following the path shown by Gandhiji, the world can be saved from despair, malaise, and anti-violence. Many national and international organizations have been instrumental in taking Mahatma Gandhi's ideas to other corners of the world and works in the direction of promoting the values adopted by him by involving the youth. Peace is the product of our mind. If we can keep our mind calm, then we can control our whole body. Our mind is in our control. Then we can get peaceful environment in our life. This is the definition of peace and one of the teachings of peace. Peace is a word by which all problems can be solved. In the Indian Mahavedas, in the Ramcharitmanas, the solution of the problem being faced for positing of king was resolved by peaceful manner. And in the same way, Mahabharata also tells us the virtues of peace. Lord Krishna, who emphasized the virtue of peace by becoming the messenger of peace. We here at NERI Group of Institutions are working towards peace to bring growth and prosperity into society. The colleges are running courses with an objective to cultivate skills of empathy, mindfulness, and compassion so that the young generation are well equipped to contribute towards the development of peaceful and sustainable societies. Let's together give peace a chance.
Thank you so much, sir, for the wonderful speech. The last speaker from the Mahatma M.K. Gandhi Foundation for Nonviolent Peace is Professor Deepshikha Kalra, a member of the Board of Governors and a Dean of MERI College in New Delhi.
As Mahatma Gandhi rightly said, peace is its own reward and it can create a more sustainable world characterized by peace, harmony, acceptance, and respect for one another. Today's youth is very vulnerable. Students are losing characters like empathy, kindness. Education plays a very important role in this context. We as an educator needs to develop a kind of character where mankind starts thinking through vigor, courage, and a vision and a meaning to create a meaningful experience for the society. We need to work on our students today so that they are more empathized, they are more aware about the society and they work for the society. Peace is not unrelated to pace. Today's world hurry and worry, sorrow the joy of learning and undermine learning the harmony of life. So we need to develop a kind of environment where everybody accept each other and disagreement should be accepted happily. Today we are not even able to accept what our elders are saying. Even a student is not even able to accept the failure because since the childhood he is being taught to be always a winner. Winning is not everything. Kindness, empathy plays a very important role. Principles should be followed and value education should be imparted. That's what was the dream of Mahatma Gandhi. I suggest few pointers as an educator to develop these characteristics or traits among our students. First, we should repair, do not punish your students. When students commit an offense, use models to explain them where they were wrong and let them know what damage could be repaired, and it has not done a damage to the society, it is always repairable. Once they learn this characteristic, they'll accept others. Create a democratic space. Use experiential learning. Arrange lessons that students learn by doing. Give students assignments that promise or that enhance their creativity so that they are able to experiment and learn from their mistakes. Give a voice to the excluded one. Yes, that is very important because those who are excluded, they sometimes feel dejected from the class and slowly, gradually, they develop a kind of aggression in their mind. Once we'll give them space, we'll give them importance, it will enhance their self-respect, it will enhance their self-esteem and they'll come out to be a better person for the society. Encourage collaboration in diverse environments. Discuss on controversial topics because it will help them to accept other students' viewpoint also. But it has to be handled with caution because sometimes when you do it with higher education students, controversial topics may lead to aggressions, may lead to debates within the class. So as a mentor, as a teacher, it becomes our responsibility to handle it with caution so that they accept the disagreement and they accept the viewpoint of other students also. They start working for the society. Give them projects which teach them how to serve the society. We at MERI are already working for it. We have recently started SEEK course which has been designed by University of Peace in USA and by UNESCO under the MGEIP, that is Mahatma Gandhi Institute for Peace. We are also running CSR Club Agaz, which is constantly working for the upliftment of our society. Our students visit the slum areas, they work with the students there, they work with their emotions, they work with their hygiene levels so that they are better citizens of the society too.
Now, it's time for all of us to witness the era of peace. Peace after a time of conflicts and division. The refreshing and sweet scent of peace spread by HWPL and the peace messengers is filling the foretelling coming of an everlasting spring. Let us all watch the introductory video of HWPL.
From the Declaration of World Peace on the 25th of May 2013, HWPL has developed peace projects as an NGO associated with the UN for peace building in more than 170 countries. For the shared goal of achieving peace and stability in the global community, international leaders are collaborating with HWPL. They have also joined hands for peace in the Korean Peninsula, which is crucial for peace across the globe. Chairman Manhee Lee of HWPL has proposed the implementation of international law, religious harmony, and peace education as the solution for peace. Chairman Lee visited 70 countries through 29 World Peace Tours, having dialogues with national leaders including former and current heads of state, prime ministers, ministers, and religious leaders. As the members of HWPL Peace Advisory Council and publicity ambassadors, these leaders have actively engaged in peace projects with HWPL. In particular, the peace agreement mediated in Mindanao, the Philippines, was one of the most remarkable achievements thus far. The 40-year-long conflict caused over 12,000 casualties, and it first began its journey toward peace. Former heads of state and political leaders in Europe voluntarily gathered their will to support for the peaceful unification of the Korean Peninsula and presented them to HWPL, hoping for stability in Korea that will contribute to global peace. In May 2018, the UN permanent representatives of 145 countries expressed their support for the DPCW as a practical approach to peace that HWPL and international law experts have proposed. The need for international law for peace proposed by HWPL gained support by the Pan-African Parliament, with members representing 55 African states, which led to the MOU between the two organizations. Also, the governments of Eswatini, Seychelles, and Comoros declared official support for the DPCW. Wherever the HWPL peace delegates went, people from all walks of life became one with us regardless of nationality, race, and religion. At the September 18th HWPL World Peace Summit held in 2014, where around 200,000 participants have gathered, the implementation of international law for peace and achievement of religious harmony were proposed as the solution to build a peaceful world. At the anniversary of the summit held in 2018, MOUs for peaceful unification in the Korean Peninsula and supporting the DPCW were signed with many international organizations. Also, MOAs and MOUs were signed with 5 ministries of education and major media to spread a culture of peace. In an effort of peace building from religious leaders, 219 warp offices in 128 countries have become the venue for leadership of religion in peace building and overcoming conflicts. Also, there is much progress made with the Declaration of Peace and Cessation of War, drafted by international law experts and proclaimed in 2016. Voices of the global citizens yearning for peace have become the support for the DPCW at national levels, and today, we hear good news regarding peace from different parts of the globe. HWPL's peace movement, joined by all people in the world, will change the future of mankind to peace. We are gathered here for a noble cause to achieve peace, for a new era of eternal prosperity for all mankind that everyone has dreamt of. We will follow the path of peace together as HWPL.
Now, we will invite the speakers from HWPL to spread the work of peace across transcending borders and ethnicities. Let us all welcome Ms. Sun Park, the Branch General Director of International Law of the Department of Speech.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Sun Park, the Branch General Director of the Department of International Law. Today, I would like to explain a little about the contents of the DPCW and the campaigns that HWPL is heading in accordance with the Declaration. HWPL's 3 main peace initiatives are Law for Peace, Alliance of Religions, and Peace Education. Law for Peace is one of the defining campaigns of HWPL. It is also what differentiates HWPL from other peace organizations. The United Nations was founded to prevent war and maintain international peace and security. However, the global community is now recognizing the need to not only prevent and prohibit armed conflict and violence, but also to deal with the variety of other factors that threaten peace, like interfaith conflict, ethnic hatred, and cultural prejudice. What the international community needs is a comprehensive legal solution that can secure peace and protect the daily lives of all citizens. A legal instrument that can ensure and maintain peace at the national and international levels can set the foundation for comprehensive and lasting peace. HWPL proclaimed the Declaration of Peace and Cessation of War, comprising 10 articles and 38 clauses. It aims to restore the spirit that served as the basis for the UN and to achieve sustainable peace by promoting the universal values of the global community. The DPCW embodies the principles and measures for preventing and resolving conflicts and sustaining a peaceful global society. As can be seen, the Articles 1 to 7 embodies prevention and settlement of conflict, which must be done by world leaders, and Articles 8 to 10 speak of the maintenance of peace, which is the duty of global citizens. HWPL's other two peace initiatives are in accordance to these articles. HWPL is actively committed to introducing the DPCW into international law. With this aim, HWPL is working with governments and international organizations for the adoption of the DPCW at the international level. Currently, 741,000 letters and signatures in support of the DPCW have been collected from 176 countries. Other campaigns under the Law for Peace is the DPCW curriculum, which is provided to law students. Articles 8 and 9 of the DPCW refer to the role of religion in achieving and keeping peace. Accordingly, HWPL promotes interfaith harmony to prevent conflicts between religions. The HWPL World Alliance of Religions Peace Office is a platform where leaders of different religions come together to promote religious harmony by having comparative discourse on their scriptures and promoting understanding of each other's differences. The goal of the WARP Office is for religious leaders to recognize their inherent role, find a specific direction for the realization of peace, and prevent interfaith conflicts. As of December 2021, there are 268 WARP offices in operation in 129 countries. HWPL is also running religious peace camps to engage civil society and the open dialogue with religious leaders to promote harmony among Christian denominations. MOUs are also being signed with religious organizations. Last but not least, HWPL is endeavoring to spread a culture of peace, Article 10 of the DPCW. Culture and education are inseparable as they are interdependent. As such, it is only natural that peace education became one of the core agendas of HWPL. Peace education fosters citizens of peace. Training a rising generation as citizens of peace is more important than anything else to transform the future of the global community into a better world. Peace education is provided to students on topics such as peaceful attitudes, values, and experiences so that they can practice them in society. The peace education curriculum is made up of 12 lessons and can be divided into two parts. Part 1, finding the meaning of peace and its value. Part 2, being qualified as a citizen of peace. HWPL's peace education not only instills the values of peace in students, it empowers them as they realize the important roles they can play as a member of society and grow into leaders who create global harmony and achieve peace. Currently, HWPL has signed MOUs with 242 institutions and schools around the world, including India, USA, and the Philippines. And MOAs have been signed with 13 countries to prepare for peace education at a governmental level. Other campaigns under peace education are training peace educators, peace education webinars, and peace education campaigns. As we can see, in the DPCW, there is a role each and every one of us can play in achieving and keeping peace. I hope we can all become the peace citizens and peace leaders the world needs today. Thank you.
Next, we would like to invite Professor Romel Santos Diaz, the President of Dominican Federalist Foundation.
La declaración de paz y cese de guerra, impulsada por Cultura Celestial, Paz Mundial, Restauración de la Luz, constituye el documento más idóneo en estos momentos para orientar los diálogos y las negociaciones promovidas por el conjunto de países de Europa, así como también por Inglaterra, Francia, quienes han jugado un papel relevante en este proceso de búsqueda de acuerdos en el conflicto entre Rusia y Ucrania. Hemos obtenido desde HWPL que la declaración de paz y cese de guerras es una guía perfecta para diseñar un esquema de diálogo global que conduzca a evitar el surgimiento de una tercera guerra mundial como consecuencia de las acciones desproporcionadas de Rusia en territorio ucraniano. Definitivamente es una preocupación mundial buscar urgente una solución a esta crisis, en virtud de que la cantidad de ucranianos víctimas de crímenes de guerra, de agresión y crimen de lesa humanidad manda a que la solución de este conflicto sea ventilada a través de la Corte Internacional de Justicia de la Haya, o en su defecto por la Corte Penal Internacional, que desde ya el presidente de Ucrania ha apoderado y ha denunciado ante la Corte Penal Internacional la actual situación de tensión y de crímenes cometidos a la población civil en Ucrania por parte de Rusia. Desde WHPL hacemos un llamado a la Organización de las Naciones Unidas para que active su Consejo de Seguridad en la búsqueda de discutir una agenda que conduzca a una solución basada en el diálogo, la negociación y la diplomacia, como debe ser desde las Naciones Unidas. WHPL entiende que el documento que mejor complementa con la Carta de la Organización de las Naciones Unidas, con la Carta de la Organización de los Estados Americanos y con el propio Estatuto de la Corte Internacional de Justicia de la Haya, es la Declaración de Paz y Cese de Guerras. Esta declaración en estos momentos tiene una vigencia extraordinaria y para nosotros es importante difundir su contenido y llamar a los países que integran la comunidad caribeña a que presten atención, promuevan, asuman y difundan el contenido de la Declaración de Paz y Cese de Guerra, un documento trascendental que en estos momentos ejercería una influencia muy positiva como fundamento para la búsqueda de soluciones en Ucrania, entre Rusia y Ucrania, que se necesita mucha diplomacia y mucha negociación. Es un instrumento perfecto, repetimos, para la obtención de una solución efectiva. El Consejo de Seguridad debe actuar con urgencia y producir una resolución que oriente hacia dónde debe conducirse las Naciones Unidas en la búsqueda de mediación y de negociación en este conflicto que mantiene al mundo en un estado de tensión. La declaración de paz y cese de guerra debe ser la guía, debe ser el fundamento para definitivamente terminar con esta crisis que tiene un impacto global en estos momentos y muy especialmente en los países del Caribe, donde se ha reflejado mucha preocupación por lo que está sucediendo en Ucrania en medio de la crisis entre Rusia y este vecino país, donde se han originado desplazamientos masivos de personas hacia países vecinos. La paz, la seguridad, la democracia, los derechos humanos deben ser protegidos y deben ser puestos en primer lugar en la agenda que procura una solución a este conflicto y que, repetimos, debe estar basada en la declaración de paz y cese de guerras, impulsada por cultura celestial, paz mundial, restauración de la luz.
Now, let us all welcome Reverend Swami, the spiritual leader of the International Brahm Rishi Mission, who will be the last speaker for today. Please give all the attention.
Dear Excellencies and distinguished guests, I am honored to be here today. I am Swami Chidganananda Parivrajik, the spiritual leader of International Brahm Rishi Mission, and as an inhabitant of this planet and a religious leader, I want to talk about the peace and harmony among not only human beings, but among the whole creation projected by the Supreme. In our scriptures, in the Rig Veda, we read about the establishment of peace. Om Tyahu Shanti, Antarikshakum Shanti, Prithvi Shanti, Apah Shanti, Aushadayah Shanti, Vanaspatayah Shanti, Vishwe Deva Shanti, Brahma Shanti, Sarvagam Shanti, Shantireva Shanti, Shama Shantirevi, what means peace may be established in the whole creation, from the sky, the space, earth, the waters, the energy, the everything what is created should be peaceful. And every creature living in this space has only one inner desire, including the human being, and that is Sukham me syata, Dukham me mabhuta. May we all be peaceful, because everyone wants to be happy, and happiness only comes when we are peaceful within. And as human beings, we could establish ourselves into the naturally resonating peace in the nature, but because of our ego and lack of divine knowledge, we tend to create more chaos instead of and sailing further away from our real goals. The state of no physical war can be said to be peaceful, but that is only the outer world. The true peace will come when people are free from conflicts within themselves, rooted in anger, greed. Power leads only to suffering and to discrimination. A world of true peace is described as the ultimate goal and is depicted in many religious scriptures. Our Creator wants mankind to reach the ultimate peace. As such, if a person of religion does not believe in and does not act for peace, and so it can be said that the person does not have a clear understanding of scriptures. I believe in true peace and that it can be achieved. HWPL, I have been participating in the Warp Opposite meetings since 2015. I'm also contributing to peace work internationally through peace events and campaigns of the HWPL. Especially through the Warp Opsis meeting, I communicate with various religious leaders and gain understanding of different scriptures. This is a step towards knowing the truth that will unite humanity. This is in alignment with the Hindu values of truth, tolerance, and love. Peace needs to be established as soon as possible. There is enough suffering, more than enough suffering. And if we do not act when we can, the realization of peace will be off further and more people will suffer consequently as they are doing now and have done already. However, people do not take part in things they doubt. Doubtful thoughts like peace will not come through in my time. That is not so. There might be obstacles, but we are there to fight the obstacles and go through them and achieve the goal of peace. This Mahatma Gandhi Prize for Nonviolence is significant for relaying the mindset of peace and encouraging action. Likewise, as a religious leader, I would also like to work to encourage the peace work of people of religion, a steadfast ways of peace, culture, something of people of religion can create. Let us strive to raise the culture of peace to shine over every obstruction with cast any shadow on the true interest of humanity. May the Supreme lead you from darkness to light, from unreal to real, and from death to immortality. May He shower upon you His divine grace, love, and wisdom. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you.
We have heard from both of the organizations on world peace. I hope we gained much more understanding on the work being done on peace and from the various fields where peace work can be carried out. Now, we will begin the second part of today's event, which is the award ceremony of Mahatma M.K. Gandhi Prize for Non-Violent Peace. Dr. Professor Surendra Mishra, the General Secretary of Mahatma M.K. Gandhi Foundation for Non-Violent Peace, will introduce us the brief history and the meaning of award.
Most distinguished friends, delegates, and peace lovers, peace crusaders, peace activists of the world, I welcome you all to this great occasion of World Peace, the seminar hosted by Mahatma M.K. Gandhi Foundation for Non-Violent Peace. Friends, peace is an essential condition of human living. From the earliest days of our human civilization, from the earliest days of our Vedas and Rishis, down to the nuclear age, peace has become an essential ingredient and absolutely inevitable for human living. And how much and what role it plays in our life is essentially known to everyone across the world. Keeping this in view, Mahatma M.K. Gandhi Foundation for Non-Violent Peace has been established in the year 1989, and since then it has never looked back. It embraces people from across the world, particularly people from Norway, people from England, and people from India. They have come together to create such a wonderful forum for peace, to bring all the people who love peace, who love humanity, and who love brotherhood together. So it is really a great irony that in the year the great Mahatma was born in 1989, a great classic novel which gives a message of peace and love to the world was written by no other than a great undying writer called Leo Tolstoy, and the novel is War and Peace. So it is very unfortunate that from the land where this novel was written, and the purpose, the great meaning of this novel was to stop war. And finally, when it was written in the wake of Napoleon's invasion of Russia, the message given at the end of the novel was to seize the moments of love, peace and happiness. Love, peace and happiness, they constitute the real noble virtues of life, and without these essential elements, life is helpless and life is meaningless and a futile exercise. Keeping this in view, Mahatma Gandhi Foundation, Mahatma M.K. Gandhi Foundation for Non-Violent Peace has been doing an excellent job since long. It has instituted a very coveted award for those who are totally, absolutely dedicated to the cause of peace and are not only propagating the message of peace, not only ambassadors of peace, they work wholeheartedly towards achieving and fulfilling the great mission of the Almighty, that is peace. And the past recipients of this award include the great American President Jimmy Carter and the great redoubtable English Prime Minister Mrs. Margaret Thatcher and Madam Sheikh Hasina, Prime Minister Bangladesh, Bibi Brutus Ghali, Secretary General UNO, and Mr. Man Healy, the noted peace activist of South Korea, and my friends, many more. Those who have backed this award in the previous years. What happens today is heart-rending. What happens today in Ukraine and Russia is really against the humanity. So it is a sin against the humanity. War cannot solve anything. It is only peace, peace and peace. That is why this organization is meant to propagate the message of peace like Buddha, message of peace like Mahatma Gandhi across the humanity and among the human fraternity. And this year we take pride to announce the prestigious Mahatma Gandhi Prize for 2022. The prize goes to first Dr. Ronald Adamat, State Commissioner, Government of Philippines, and second recipient of this year, I proudly announce Asin Hatavara, noted monk of Myanmar. So these two great, redoubtable personalities of the world, one from the field of spirituality and another from the field of peace and love, they have backed this award. Our congratulations to these great ambassadors of peace of the world. And with these words, I must hope that the world would come together to end this war and create a situation of peace, non-violence, amity among the people of the world, so that this humankind, the human race, will definitely go forward and create unprecedented history than ever before. And lastly, I would say we are one. We are one. I now present Mahatma M.K. Gandhi Prize for Non-Violent Peace Award for 2020 to Honorable Dr. Ronald L. Adamat, State Commissioner, Government of Philippines, who worked throughout his life and worked
Dr. Ronald L. Adamat is one of the 4 appointees of President Rodrigo Roa Duterte in 2016 to sit as a commissioner of the Commission on Higher Education. He was reappointed in 2021. He obtained a doctorate degree in Peace and Development, Master in Public Administration, and Bachelor of Science in Education. He also served as a congressman of the 10th Congress, where he was one of the principal authors of Republic Act 8371, or the Indigenous People Rights Act of 1997, and Republic Act 6734, or the Organic Act for the Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao. In 2019, Ched signed an MOA with HWPL through Dr. Adamat. He was known as a man of peace, being recognized and lauded for his contribution as the main proponent for the integration of peace education into the higher education curricula, as per Ched Memorandum Order No. 1 Series of 2019, working side by side with HWPL. Let us welcome Philippines Champion of Peace, Atiduray from UP Maguindanao, Dr. Ronald L. Adamat.
A warm greetings of peace to all of you. Today, I'd like us to remember one of the most celebrated peace icons of the world and the greatest influencer of my life, Mahatma Gandhi, who once said, and I quote, "Be the change you wish to see in the world." My dear friends, fellow peace advocates, and peacemakers, I am here before all of you humbled, yet proud to accept the Mahatma Gandhi Prize for Nonviolent Peace Award. I am indeed humbled because my name is now among those few great men and women who were conferred this award, who all believe that nonviolent peace throughout the world can be achieved. As what Mahatma Gandhi said, if we could change ourselves, the tendencies in the world would also change. Even as a small boy who grew up in a war-torn Mindanao, I already dreamed of peace coming to my community. As an indigenous people, the Tadurais of UP Maguindanao were a people who suffered as a result of greed, politics, and ideology. We suffered injustice. We suffered from violence. We were discriminated. We were a people who were without voice. And we wanted change. Yet the dream has to find realization. It has to have a meaning. As a young college student, Mahatma Gandhi's philosophy of non-violent peace became my guiding light. I pursued my PhD in Peace and Development, a testament of my deepest respect for this very prominent man of peace. Every day was a chance for me to change the world through peace. Mahatma Gandhi's words keep ringing in my ears. You must be the change you wish to see in the world. And true enough, when I became a member of the 10th Congress in the House of Representatives representing the indigenous people sector, I worked hard to change the world via the enactment of the Indigenous Peoples' Rights Act of 1997, which was hailed as the Magna Carta for Peace and Development. In 2016, I became Commissioner of the Philippine Commission on Higher Education. I took the initiative for the integration in the higher education curricula, both peace studies and indigenous peoples studies in 2019, and were implemented among state universities and colleges, local universities and colleges, and private higher education institutions throughout the country. These initiatives to peace inspired me to establish a peace organization, Volunteer Individuals for Peace, or VIP, and composed its theme song, We Are One, a song that encapsulates the significance and relevance of living together as one humanity. The song was later adapted by HWPL and has now been performed throughout the world. Right now, I am into instituting peace projects such as the declaration by the government of January 24 as National Peace Day in the Philippines, and also initiated the establishment of peace monuments inside university and college campuses nationwide. Being commissioner and educator further reinforced my resolve to transform higher education as a tool that we could use in unification and non-violent peace work. Yet, as we effect peace in the world, we have to recognize that education can play a major role in peace building. The Mahatma Gandhi Prize for Nonviolent Peace Award shall be a reminder that it is always my responsibility to promote nonviolent peace through education. And to this I say, peace education raises our youth as future leaders to become peacemakers. It inculcates the much-needed values the youth must have to effect change for the world's positive transformation. In closing, I'd like to express my profuse thanks and gratitude for this award, because never in my wildest dream that one day an award named after the man I admired so much will be conferred on me today. Rest assured that I will always treasure deep in my heart the Mahatma Gandhi Prize for Nonviolent Peace Award for the rest of my life. Thank you and mabuhay.
M.K. Gandhi Prize for Nonviolent Peace for the year 2020 award to Mr. Ashim Awara from Myanmar for his lifelong activity for peace and security all over the world.
Venerable Ashim Tavara is a leader of the Saffron Revolution in Myanmar. In 2017, he was offered as the General Secretary of the ABMRC after his active participation in demonstration against the junta. As a result, he was expelled by the military forces and settled in Norway. He is currently active in promoting peace and democracy in Myanmar. In 2021, he was accredited as an official partner of the Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment Conservation of the NUG. He joined HWPL's peace work in 2016. He was impressed by Chairman Lee. He established the HWPL Peace Library in Phiaphon, Myanmar in 2018. In 2019, a second, and in 2020, a third, and the fourth library is currently being prepared. Please look forward to his next step.
Hello, Minglava, General Nina, Champa, Nina Saya, Mahatma, and Gandhi, Foundation, Uzi Naga Piedo, Dauda Pina, Sarakumara, Bandidago, Tuba, Jesu Dinshi Jao, Uza, Patama, Bioja Lovade, Yede Chimia Bear, the Disituse Doleve, Jesu Denkong Yuabade, General Nina, Disutuse, Lakayachi, Apian Kavada, one she Lumia Sada, Ninjaye, Netaura, Ninjaye, go, you sound la people down when she do, they are up here. တိမှတ်ပြုခြင်းခံရတဲ့ထူးခြားတဲ့အခွင့်အရေးလို့ယူဆပါတယ်။အားလုံးသိကြတဲ့အတိုင်းမဟာဓမ္မအင်္ဂေဂန္ဒီဖော်ဒေးရှင်းကြီးဟာ ဒီငြိမ်အေးချမ်းရေးနဲ့ထာဝရငြိမ်းချမ်းရေးအတွက်တာဝန်ရှိသူဖြစ်ခံယူပြီးဆောင်ရွက်လိုသူတိုင်းရဲ့ပင်မနေရာကြီးလည်းဖြစ်ပါတယ်တစ်ဆက်ထိတည်းမှာပဲကျွန်တော်တို့ဟာအီဆူကြီးအတွက်အမည်စရင်းတွင်သွင်းပေးခဲ့တဲ့နာဂါကြီးမန်ဟီလီနဲ့အိတ်ဘယ်လူဖွဲ့ဝင်အားလုံးကိုအထူးပဲကျေးဇူးတင်ရှိကြောင်းပြောကြားလိုပါတယ်ကျွန်တော်ဟာမြန်မာနိုင်ငံသားတစ်ယောက်ဖြစ်ပါတယ်လက်ရှိချိန်မှာမြန်မာနိုင်ငံဟာစစ်အာဏာရှင်စနစ်ကိုအကြမ်းမဖက်တဲ့နီလန်းနဲ့တွန်းလှန်တိုက်ဖျက်လျက်ရှိပါတယ်မြန်မာနိုင်ငံမှာမဟာတမဂန္ဒီရဲ့အကြမ်းမဖက်လှုပ်ရှားမှုကြီးရဲ့အငွေသက်များလည်းဖုံးလွှမ်းလျက်ရှိပါတယ်ဒါကြောင့်လည်းပဲဒီနေ့မှာဒီစုကြီးကိုလက်ခံရရှိခြင်းအပြင်အထိပ္ပယ်များစွာနဲ့ပြည့်စုံနေတယ်လို့လည်းခံစားရပါတယ်ကျွန်ုပ်အနေနဲ့ဒီစုကြီးကိုရှင်ထာဝရဆိုတဲ့ပုဂ္ဂိုလ်တဦးတစ်ယောက်တည်းအတွက်မဟုတ်ဘဲအကြမ်းမဖက်တဲ့နီလန်းနဲ့တော်လှန်တိုက်ပွဲဝင်နေကြတဲ့ကမ္ဘာပြည်သူများနဲ့မြန်မာပြည်သူပြည်သားအားလုံးကိုစားပြုတယ်လို့ယုံကြည်ပါတယ်ဒီစုကနေပြီးတော့အားလုံးအတွက်မျှော်လင့်ချက်စိတ်စွမ်းအားများပေးစွမ်းနိုင်မယ်လို့လည်းယုံကြည်ပါတယ်ကျွန်တော်က2009ခုနှစ်ရွှေအောင်2009ခုနှစ်မှာဖြစ်ခဲ့တဲ့ရွှေအောင်ဒေါ်လာရေးလိုလူတီများတဲ့ဒေါ်လာရေးကြီးမှာလည်းပဲအကြမ်းမဖက်လှုပ်ရှားမှုဖြစ်ဆောင်ရွက်ခဲ့တဲ့ပုံစံတစ်ယောက်ဖြစ်ပါတယ်အဲ့ဒီအတွက်ကြောင့်လည်းပဲအသက်နဲ့ရင်းပြီးထွက်ပြေးတိမ်းရှောင်ခဲ့ရသလိုရွေးချယ်စရာလည်းမရှိခဲ့ပါဘူးမိမိနိုင်ငံမိမိမိသားစုမိတ်ဆွေတငယ်ချင်းများကိုဆုံးရှုံးခဲ့ရတဲ့နာကြီးချက်ခံစားချက်ဟာဘလို့မှဖော်ပြလို့မရနိုင်အောင်လွန်စွာခံစားခဲ့ရပါတယ်ကဘာကြီးကအရာကိုဆုံးရှုံးနေတာခဲ့ရတဲ့သူတယောက်အနေနဲ့ဒီပနိုင်ငံတစ်ခုမှာနေထိုင်ခဲ့ရမှာသိရှိလာတဲ့အရာတစ်ခုကတော့ငြိမ်းချမ်းရေးပဲဖြစ်ပါတယ်ငြိမ်းချမ်းရေးမရှိတဲ့နိုင်ငံတစ်ခုမှာစီးပွားရေးလူမှုရေးနိုင်ငံရေးဗပေါင်းစုံဖွံ့ဖြိုးတိုးတက်မှုရှိနိုင်မှာမဟုတ်ပါဘူးလူအဖွဲ့အစည်းတရလုံးဗပေါင်းစုံတိုးတက်နိုင်မှာမဟုတ်တဲ့အတွက်ကြောင့်မလို့လူတဦးချင်းစီတိုင်းမှာလည်းပဲမျှော်လင့်ချက်တွေကင်းမဲ့နေမှာဖြစ်ပါတယ်ငြိမ်းချမ်းမှုပြတ်သုံးသွားတဲ့နိုင်ငံတစ်ခုမှာနေထိုင်တဲ့လူများဟာမိမိတို့ရဲ့ပိုင်ဆိုင်မှုမိသားစုရွှေမျိုးတငယ်ချင်းမိတ်ဆွေများကိုဆုံးရှုံးရနိုင်အောင်မကအခြေခံလူခွင့်ရေးများကိုလည်းပဲဆုံးရှုံးရနိုင်တယ်လို့အသက်တွေလည်းဆုံးရှုံးရနိုင်ပါတယ်ပကတိတရားကလည်းပဲအလွန်ကိုကြောက်စရာကောင်းလာပါတယ်ဒီလိုကျင်နာမှုတွေဒီလိုအကြမ်းဖက်မှုတွေကိုကိုယ်တိုင်ကိုယ်ကျခံစားခဲ့မှုတဲ့သူတယောက်အနေနဲ့လက်ရှိအချိန်မှာစစ်ဘေးဒဏ်ခံစားနေရတဲ့ယူကရိန်းပြည်သူတွေနဲ့လည်းပဲထပ်တူဝမ်းနဲ့ကြေကွဲရကြောင်းပြောကြားလိုပါတယ်ငြိမ်းချမ်းရေးကိုတန်ဖိုးမထားတဲ့လူတစုကြောင့်လောက်ရကြောင်းကျွန်ုပ်တို့ဟာအရာအလုံးကိုဆုံးရှုံးနေကြရတာဖြစ်ပါတယ်ငြိမ်းချမ်းရေးကျွန်ုပ်ဟာအဲ့တလူဖွဲ့ရဲ့ငြိမ်းချမ်းရေးလုပ်ငန်းစဉ်တွေပါဆောင်ရွက်ခဲ့ပြီးတဲ့နောက်မှာမြန်မာနိုင်ငံမှာလည်းပဲငြိမ်းချမ်းရေးကိုအခြေခံပြီးဖွံ့ဖြိုးတိုးတက်ရေးကိုဆောင်ရွက်လို့လိုကြောင်းမြန်မာပြည်သူပြည်သားတွေအတိတရားရှိဖို့ပြုစုပြောထောင်ပေးဖို့လိုအပ်တယ်လို့တာဝန်ယုံကြည်ခဲ့ပါတယ်အထူးသဖြင့်ငယ်စဉ်အချိန်ကတည်းကငြိမ်းချမ်းရေးရဲ့တန်ဖိုးကိုသိရှိနားလည်ဖို့ပြုစုပြောထောင်ပေးဖို့လိုအပ်တာကြောင့်ကျွန်ုပ်အနေနဲ့အေယူတိုင်းဖြတ်ပုံမြို့နယ်မှာလည်းပဲ8 value ငြိမ်းချမ်းရေးစာကြည့်တိုက်၄ခုကိုဖွင့်လှစ်ထားရှိခဲ့ပါတယ်ကျွန်ုပ်တို့21ရာစုရဲ့2022ခုကိုရောက်ရှိနေပြီဖြစ်တဲ့21ရာစု2ခုနှစ်ကြာကာလတုန်းကလည်းပဲပထမကမ္ဘာစစ်ကြီးနဲ့စပိန်တို့ကိုကယောဂါတို့နဲ့ရင်ဆိုင်တွေ့ကြုံခဲ့ရပြီးအသက်ပေါင်းများစွာဆုံးရှုံးခဲ့ရပါတယ်နှစ်ပေါင်း100ကျော်ကြာလာတဲ့လက်ရှိအချိန်မှာလည်းပဲကမ္ဘာကြီးဟာကိုရိုနာကယောဂါကြီးနဲ့ဆက်လက်ရင်ဆိုင်နေရသလိုရုရှားကနေယူကရိန်းကိုစစ်ပွဲကြီးလည်းဖြစ်နေပါတယ်လွန်ခဲ့တဲ့နှစ်ပေါင်း100နဲ့နှိုင်းယှဉ်လိုက်မယ်ဆိုရင်လည်းလက်ရှိအချိန်တွေမှာသိပ္ပံနဲ့နည်းပညာတောင်တို့ရရှိနေပြီးဖြစ်တယ်လို့လူများစွာရဲ့အသည့်တရားလည်းအမခန့်ဖွံ့ဖြိုးတိုးတက်နေပြီဖြစ်ပါတယ်။ကမ္ဘာတော်ကအပြန်အလှန်ချိတ်ဆက်ဆောင်ရွက်မှုများပြားလာခြင်းကြောင့်ကယောဂဆိုးနဲ့စစ်ဘေးရဲ့ဆိုးကျိုးသက်များကိုတကမ္ဘာလုံးကိုအရှိန်အဟုန်နဲ့ပြင်းနဲ့တက်ရောက်နေတာဖြစ်ပါတယ်။ကျွန်ုပ်တို့နေတဲ့ကမ္ဘာကြီးရွာကြီးမှာနေထိုင်ပြီးအခြားနိုင်ငံမှာဖြစ်ပွားနေတဲ့အကြောင်းအရာများဟာမိမိတို့နိုင်ငံနဲ့လည်းသက်ဆိုင်နေပါတယ်။မိမိတို့နိုင်ငံပေါ်မှာလည်းပဲကျင်းတဲ့အကျိုးသက်ရောက်မှုတွေဖြစ်နိုင်ပါတယ်နာဂါကြီးမိုင်းလီပြောခဲ့သလိုပါပဲကျွန်တော်တို့အားလုံးကတစုတည်းရှိပါတယ်ကမ္ဘာအနှံ့မှာတော်တော်ဖြစ်ပေါ်နေတဲ့ကိစ္စအများကိုချက်ပြမပြတ်အာရုံစိုက်ပေးကြပါသေးသည်ဖြစ်စေကြီးသည်ဖြစ်စေမြန်မာနိုင်ငံနဲ့ယူကရိန်းနိုင်ငံတို့မှာဖြစ်ပေါ်နေတဲ့ကိစ္စရပ်များဟာမိတ်ဆွေတို့နိုင်ငံများနဲ့လည်းသက်ဆိုင်နေပါတယ်မိမိပါဝင်ခြင်းမှာငြိမ်းချမ်းရေးမရှိဘူးဆိုရင်ဒီကိစ္စရပ်များကိုမျက်ကွယ်ပြုဖို့မဖြစ်နိုင်ပါဘူးလူတယောက်ချင်းတယောက်ချင်းတည်းရဲ့ငြိမ်းချမ်းရေးကိုမနာလေဒီလိုပြိပခအကြမ်းဖက်မှုတွေဆက်လက်ဖြစ်ပေါ်နေမှာပဲဖြစ်ပါတယ်မိတ်ဆွေတို့ရဲ့နိုင်ငံပါဝင်အချိန်မရွေးဒေတာမျိုးဆက်လက်ဖြစ်ပေါ်နေအောင်မှာတေချာပါတယ်ထိုနည်း၎င်းပါပဲလူတို့တယောက်တိုင်းဟာငြိမ်းချမ်းရေးတန်ဖိုးအနှစ်သာရကိုသိရှိနားလည်မယ်တက်ဆွမ်းနိုင်မယ်မျှဝေနိုင်မယ်ငြိမ်းချမ်းရေးဆိုင်ရာလှုပ်ရှားမှုတွေမှာအတက်တရားပါဝင်ဆောင်ရွက်ကြမယ်ဆိုရင်ပြိပခနဲ့အကြမ်းဖက်မှုတွေကိုဟန်တားနိုင်မှာပဲဖြစ်ပါတယ်ကမ္ဘာတော်ဝန်နယ်က ငြိမ်းချမ်းရေးအတွက်ကြိုးပမ်းအားထုတ်နေသူများအားလုံးကိုဒီနေရာကနေလေးစားစွာနဲ့ဥပြုဂါရဝပြုပါတယ်ဒီစုအတွက်မဟာဓမ္မအဂေဂန္ဒီဖော်ဒေးရှင်းကြီးကိုလည်းကျေးဇူးတင်ချီကြောင်းထပ်လောင်းပြောကြားလိုပါတယ်ဒီစုကြီးနဲ့အတူစတဲ့တပို့ဆက်လက်ချက်စ조사ဆောင်ရွက်သွားပါမည်အားလုံးကိုကျေးဇူးတင်ပါတယ်
Congratulations to all the awardees and thank you for all the contributions you have made for a peaceful world. Before we end today's event, let us celebrate the mindset of peace all together. We will be playing a song called We Are One, made by Dr. Adamat. It is also the title of today's event, but let us always remember we must become one in order to achieve true peace. Peace is not just the work by one person, but as a whole, as one.
In this world where everyone is divided, where you and I decided to define a boundary, there I dream of a real stand in place with all our hands. You and me are joined in harmony. We can make this world if we hold on together. We can change. Bekerja jadikan lebih baik jika kita satu dalam kasih dan harmoni. Kita satu keluarga bersama satu melodi. One for respect, hand in hand we all connect. Peace for all, and now we are one. It's our world, let's begin to understand. We must protect our land, you and me. Let's work in harmony. Let's unite this world, peace and love to one another. One space for us, we shall make this place better. If we are one for love, we are one for harmony. We are one big family in tune with one melody. One for respect, hand in hand we all connect. Peace for all, and now we are one. For we only have one world. Wherever you are, whatever you do,
we akan bumi penuh damai dan kasih bagi perang jadikan lebih baik. We are one for love, we are one for harmony. We are one big family in tune with one melody.
one for respect, hand in hand we all connect. Peace for all, and now we are one. We are one for love, we
Now, we have an announcement to make before we move on. As you have learned today that HWPL is gathering support for the DPCW to be legislated as an international law. The Mahatma M.K. Gandhi Foundation for Non-Violent Peace has also signed the support of DPCW. If anyone wishes to individually support the DPCW, please let us know through Mahatma M.K. Gandhi Foundation. All your support will contribute to make a law for a peaceful future and a nation. Now, we are nearing the end of today's event. But before we end, we will take a commemorative picture. So please adjust your cameras so that you can be seen very well. First of all, we would like to take a normal picture. So let us practice first. Everyone, please smile. Okay, now we will be taking the first picture. So please look into your cameras and with a very big awesome smile and hold on to the smile until I count 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Next, please hold up your index finger. We will shout "We are one" for the second shoot and please hold it up for 10 seconds. Can we practice first? So let us practice first. We are one. Okay, good. Now we will be taking the final picture and I will be counting till 10. So please hold on to the same position. We are one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Thank you so much, everyone. With this, we shall conclude We Are One Acting for Peace World Peace Seminar and Award Ceremony. Thank you everyone for coming and contributing and participating. It is one of the most fruitful time for everyone. Thank you very much. See you all very soon again. Bye.